Hey, Gold Diggers. My name is Abby Asensio, and I am the creative director for the Gold Digger Girl. And I've been part of the team for about 2 years now. But I've been following Kimberly for 5 years, and I've done work with her in the past. So I'm pretty familiar with the brand and the entire Gold Digger Girl community. I actually started out part-time, and when Kimberly offered me the creative director position, I transitioned into full-time. So ever since then, I've been helping with the company's brand, their social media content, their social media marketing, graphic designing, a lot of graphic designing, and I also take care of their email marketing, which is why I'm very excited for today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you a few strategies that I'm pretty sure will help you out because they made a huge difference for us. These are the strategies that are going to help your email campaigns convert. Okay, so let's jump in and get started. The very first one I wanted to talk to you about was the know, like, trust formula and automation. Why this matters is because people are going to buy from those that they trust, okay? Automated emails should feel like they're coming from a real person, not a faceless brand. They cannot sound robotic whatsoever. I mean, yes, we can. We do want to maintain a level of professionalism without a doubt for sure, but it's also important that you sound authentic and that you don't sound like ChatGPT. Something that I used to tell myself a lot at the beginning so that I can get used to it was, does this sound like I'm talking to a friend? Are these words that I'm using, would they be words that I would be using if I was having a conversation with a friend? And if the answer was no, I would change my copy immediately. So that's my best tip for you. Next time that you're writing email copy, ask yourself, is this how I would sound if I was face to face with a friend, with one of my girlfriends? And if the answer is no, then you have to change it up. Change it up for sure. Okay. Next, let's talk about how we can structure an automated sequence that builds trust. And I have to tell you, this sequence I love doing. I love doing it for all the boot camps that we have. It excites me. So I'm excited to share with you about this, starting with a welcome email. Okay. As soon as someone joins your list or someone registers for your webinar or your free challenge, whatever the case may be, you want to send them a warm, friendly email right away. Okay. Make sure to introduce yourself, make it a short intro. Don't add every single one of your accomplishments, and then set expectations. Let them know a quick tip, or you can let them know what they can expect from the freebie they're about to download or the webinar that they registered to. This is your second chance for you to remind them that you can provide real value. You were able to do that through the registration landing page, but now this is your chance to remind them, hey, this is what I can bring to the table. Remember, you haven't built that trust, that full trust yet. Okay, you only got your foot in the door. The next thing is creating the nurture sequence. And I think this is my favorite part of the entire sequence, the nurture sequence. So for the next 3 to 5 emails, your main focus is to be able to provide value, a lot of value, and then even more value. Okay. So for example, nurture email number 1, you can say something like, hey, thanks for registering to my social media bootcamp. That's right around the corner, but I wanted to help you get a head start. So I created a checklist of what you can do to your Facebook profile right now that's going to help give it a facelift, like a full makeover, and start helping you stand out. And there you have it. Create a quick checklist, get help from ChatGPT, and then send out your first nurture email. That checklist is not going to take you a long time to do, trust me, especially if you ask ChatGPT for help. You can literally go to ChatGPT and type in, please generate a checklist with, 10 suggestions on what a person can do to their Facebook profile to make it stand out more. And it'll give you a lot of great ideas. I always like to ask for more than I'm looking for. So if you want to do, let's say, 10 suggestions on your checklist, ask for 20 because you might not like some of them that ChatGPT recommends. So just remember that you have to get creative with every nurture email, because for nurture email number 2, it cannot be the same type of copy for every email, basically. So here's another example. For nurture email number 2, You can say something like, the countdown for my social media bootcamp has officially begun. We are exactly 1 week away. And because I'm so excited and full of energy, I created something special for you that you're going to love. Okay. I created a special social media playlist that includes over 10 of my best YouTube videos where I talk about social media, where I talk about Instagram stories, how to increase your engagement, how to increase your views, and so much more. Okay. Consider it like a little mini appetizer before the main social media bootcamp. And there you go. All you have to do is go to Canva, find a template, and go to your YouTube channel and copy and paste your links. And there you go. Again, these tips that I'm giving you, I know because I've tested them out myself, they're not going to take you very long to do. Plus, people love downloading free stuff. Okay. So if you can include another freebie in there, they're going to love it. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, then add like your top favorite podcast episodes or your top favorite Facebook Lives. And let's just say, because there might be a chance that you don't have a podcast, you don't have YouTube, you don't have Facebook Lives, no biggie. Then this is what you can do. Go to YouTube and look up one of the top gurus that talk about your niche and use their videos to create a playlist. People will appreciate that because you did all of the hard work for them. Right? So again, no excuses around here. That I learned from Kimberly. Okay. So the next thing that you want to do is like a soft pitch email. Before you try selling them anything at all, hint at the transformation that your product or your service is going to provide for them. For example, instead of saying, buy this right now, don't say that. That is so salesy. Try saying something like, imagine if you could create 1 year worth of social media content without the struggles, without the headaches. What would you do with that extra time? And that's the final part of your sequence. And then you can come to the sales email, the actual sales email that we've been waiting for, right? This is when you can finally make that offer. You got to be clear. You got to be confident. The best thing you can include are social media testimonials, like actual screenshots. Screenshots are better than anything. That's like the social proof that's going to help you out the most. And don't forget to add some type of urgency. You can say something like limited spots only or expires this Friday, or something that Kimberly does a lot and it works. You can even say something like, if you register before midnight tonight, you will also get my Instagram course on how to stop this scroll, or, and my guide for how to create stories. And there you go. When I first started doing emails, I thought that every single email I sent out had to sell something. Like I have to sell something. I have to invite them to a course, or I have to offer, anything. And it's not about that, because the minute that I started focusing on building trust, that's when we started to see a huge difference in the amount of clicks that our emails were getting, to be honest, which leads me into the second strategy that I wanted to talk to you about, which is writing emails that actually get open and clicked on. How do we do that? Right? That's one of like the toughest things, right? Getting them to actually click that button. Because if they don't click to open your email, they're not going to know about the amazingness that you bring to the table, right? And if they don't click on it, you won't be able to offer. Your offer won't convert, right? Is what I'm trying to say.
I have to interrupt this to tell you about the affiliate marketing formula webinar I'm doing. And this is why I have been able to generate multiple six figures every year in affiliate marketing while running a multi-million-dollar coaching business. And what people don't understand is that you can work affiliate marketing into anything that you're doing. And a lot of times you're promoting other people's stuff, other people's brands, other people's products, and you're not getting paid for it. Why not? So if you've been wanting to really crush it with affiliate marketing or just get started with it, then look below this video. You're going to see a spot where you can register for the webinar. Can't wait to see you there. Let's crush affiliate marketing together.
So the next thing that you should focus on is creating subject lines that stand out. Spark curiosity. Always try to spark curiosity. Let them know that you're providing major value in this email, because then that'll incite them to want to open it, right? The type of value that nobody can pass up. Stay away from those spammy words. Don't use words like free. Free is like your main one. Buy now. Limited time offer. Don't use those words in your subject line. Never. Okay. Unless you've kind of built that rapport, and eventually, because Kimberly will use those words sometimes, but again, she's pretty established and has a huge following. But if this is you trying to grow, or this is you trying to implement new strategies, I wouldn't go for that right away. Instead, try something like, you won't believe what just happened to me. That's sparking curiosity. Or you won't believe what just happened to my VA. You can say something like, is your mom the only one watching your reels? Try this, dot, dot, dot. That's a good one. Even if somebody can't relate to that, I feel like it's a fun subject line that's going to catch attention, right? Something that I like to do with subject lines is make it seem like it's coming from somebody that they know. So for example, you can say something like, hey, confirming our date for this Friday, or hey, so I'll pick you up 7 p.m. And one that I used before was, hey, huge favor to ask, dot, 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 dot. You can even get more creative and use something like, congrats, Abby, you have a new customer. Tell me that's not genius, right? Or you can say something like, complete your registration, or your next step to your registration, or your response required. All of these have gotten a lot of clicks when I've used them. Trust me, people will open that email. But here's the thing. Your next best move has to be the preview text. That preview text is key. Most people ignore this, but it can definitely be the reason that, it'll make or break your open rates. That's the first line that I read. It should be engaging because people are smart. People are very smart. Whenever I get an email that actually catches my attention and I look at that subject line, I'm like, ooh, what is this? The very first thing, because I'm like, no, I'm not going to be played. I look at the preview text. I look at it right away, and that determines if I open the email or not. Okay. So if you choose a subject that's very catchy and it definitely gets people to stop the scroll, but then they look over to your preview text and it says limited time only, expires tonight, sign up now. I'm going to keep scrolling. Okay. You lost your chance. So instead try something like, this is something I wish I knew sooner. Or I was at the grocery store and something huge happened. Or I have a huge favor to ask. I've never asked anybody this before. If I see that in a preview text, I'm totally opening your email because I used to overthink my subject line all the time. I'm like the president of overthinking. But once I started writing them like a text message to a friend, that's when our open rates went up. Like all of these little changes that I started making, they just started adding up and just started creating an extremely positive effect. Okay, so the next best thing, or not the next best thing, the next awesome thing is call to actions. Every email should have one, something clear, a clear action step that they can take. Now, another tip is to not add too many links. Maybe in the future, like I mentioned before, once you're established, once you have a huge following, but at the beginning, if this is something new to you, don't use too many links. It's confusing to some people. At least, like I said, at least not right away. I'm not saying that you can never do it. Just, I wouldn't do that right now, and I wouldn't do it often. Okay. Just be very careful and make sure that your CTA is clear and it's super obvious. It can get more obvious than, for example, click here to grab your freebie, right? Keep it very simple. Also, keep it skimmable because skimmable, that's a word, right? Because people don't read word for word. They're going to scan through that. So it's important to make it easy to digest. So I would recommend using short paragraphs, bullet points. You can use, the dots or the emojis. Don't go crazy with the emojis, or make a few phrases in bold letters. Okay. Make it super easy for them to digest. Plus, I have read somewhere, I don't know the resource where I got this from, but I have read that, and this applies to Facebook posts too, and Instagram, any type of caption. Just make it easy for people to read. And the more you break it up for them, the more they're going to want to read it versus them seeing a full, long paragraph that is going to make them not want to read it at all. Even if you did do a good job with the subject line and the preview text, once they see that thing, it can discourage them from reading. Not everybody likes to read. So again, make it easy for them to digest. And the final strategy that I wanted to share with you is the power of storytelling. Okay. Now, this matters to people because they don't buy for the features, for all that fancy stuff. They buy because of how something is making them feel. Okay. Stories will create emotional connections. And when people start to feel something, when they start feeling some type of way, they will take action. So how can you add storytelling to your emails? Start with something relatable, like a relatable hook. Instead of jumping straight to your promo, don't ever do that. Open with a quick, engaging story, something crazy relatable. For example, last month, I sent an email that totally flopped. And let me tell you what I did wrong. This way, you don't make the same mistake that I did. Make your reader the hero, because I'm sure you've heard this before. And if you haven't, write this down. It's not about you. It's about them. Okay. So make them feel like they're the hero. Talk about their pain points, talk about their struggles, talk about their wins, and in a way where they're going to make them feel seen, heard, make them feel like they're not alone. Like you've been through this before. And now you have the solution for them. You can also use transformational, like testimonial stories, right? From your audience, from your clients. You can share before and after moments. And of course, you can't go wrong with sharing your own experiences, right? So for example, I used to spend hours writing emails that no one ended up reading until I discovered this one simple trick. Tie it back to your CTA, and then there you go. End every email with a natural transition into your offer, rather than forcing a sale. Don't force a sale. Make it sound chill. Make it sound, abnormal type of vibe. You know what I mean? Example. Here's another example. I love giving examples, by the way. So if you're ready to stop struggling with social media, click here to grab my free guide. Simple. If you're ready to get rid of those headaches, if you feel like you're stuck on creating content, if you feel like nobody's listening to you, when you go on social media, click my freebie that's going to help you, or download right here. These stories will help your audience feel more connected to you it's going to make them feel more connected to or connected with you instead of being marketed to. You don't want to be that spammy person. They'll ignore you for every email that you send out. Okay, so yeah, I feel like I talk so fast, so I'm really sorry. You could always go back and pause, but I covered a lot of email marketing gold. A lot of these things I learned a while ago, and these are the things that have made a huge difference almost immediately. So that's why I wanted to cover them in today's video. So now you know exactly how to create automated email campaigns that will actually convert. You're not going to sound robotic. You're not going to sound spammy. You're not going to sound like ChatGPT, even though I am ChatGPT's #1 fan. You don't want to sound like them, okay? So here's a really quick recap. You're going to focus on the know, like, trust formula to build real connections, write emails that actually get open and clicked on, create subject lines that pop, right? Get creative, use the power of storytelling to make your audience feel seen and just be relatable so that they can take action. So yeah, that's the quick recap. So now I want to hear from you. I would love to know what strategy you're going to be using. Which one are you going to be using first? Because I'm hoping that you use all of them. And if you found this video helpful, please, pretty please tap the like button, because it's my first video and it would mean the world to me. Don't forget to subscribe to Kimberly's channel, because for so many reasons, actually. She's going to give you way more juicier tips than I did, first of all. And then second, she premieres a brand new video every Wednesday and Friday, 2 videos a week. She never misses. Trust me, she never misses. Plus a podcast too, just so you know. Podcast is every Tuesday and Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday. So trust me, everything that she puts out on social media, on YouTube, on podcasts, everywhere else, these videos will definitely help you grow. They're gonna help you scale and like slay your business 100%. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for making me feel very at ease, because I was a little nervous. Keep shining, keep building, and I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye.